I know these people. They're emerging viruses: hantavirus, Lassa fever, Ebola, E-B-O-L-A, for which there's no known cure, no known antibiotic, no known vaccine that will be knocked in a matter of hours with blood electrification. What do you do? Okay, let's see the engineers, physicists, again, computer whiz kids. Wonderful. You want to get about 50 microamperes, that means 50 millionths of an ampere, into the blood. You do that by putting about 3 to 4 millithousandths, M-I-L-L-I, amperes into the outside of the skin. And I'm going to hook up now and show you exactly what you do and how you do it that will free you forever from cold vaccines, from viruses. Your kids will never have mumps, measles, whooping cough. Your body eventually builds antibodies to these, and they can't get it again once they've had it. And we have a lot to say about antibodies, and will.
How much attention have you got from alternative press?
They throw me out.
Alternative press as well?
From who?
Alternative press.
They want nothing to do with this, unfortunately. Yeah. By the way, these papers are available. They cost me nearly $2 each at Kinko's. If I could have waited until noon today, or rather when they opened about 7 o'clock, I could have gotten them for 2 cents a side. If you want these papers, they have to be $3 because it's 22 pages. It'll tell you how to make colloids, which we're going to demonstrate here tonight. If you don't have any money, Jane's been instructed to give you the paper for free. Just say, I can't afford it. We only have 120 of them in the box. And we suggest you get them because we normally run out. Now, this little device if you look rather closely, you can see a small red and green light flashing on this unit. I hope you can see it in the back of the room. Let's get one that's got a brighter light on it. We'll tell you where to get these, and no, I don't make a penny on them. Not 1 cent have I ever made on these. You put a piece of stretch cloth with Velcro sewn on each end. I have a pretty big hand. You dip a couple of stainless steel welding rod, 3/32 inch in diameter, cut to 1 1/8 inch long.
Is that 316, 304?
It's 316. Good question. This does not oxidize, it doesn't rust. This little bottle contains dilute sea salt. Never use table salt. Table salt is poison. To be sold in the United States legally, it has to be iodized. Morton salt, Clark's, all of the various brands are iodized, and if you look on the ingredients, it's full of aluminum, aluminosilicate. These might cause Alzheimer's. The alumina and silicate is put in there so when it rains it pours. If it's natural salt, it'll clump. So don't electrolyze that into your body. These electrodes are placed on my wrist, and in the paper we've stolen some printed material here from Gray's Anatomy. We're on page 7, showing the places that the blood is closest to the surface of the skin. Don't forget, we have to put about 3 to 4 milliamperes into the skin before it goes through the squamous epithelial, the superficial fasciolata, the subcutaneous sebaceous, the walls of the arteries and veins. There are 7 layers of insulation. There's fat tissue between the outside world and the inside world where your blood is circulating, about 5 pints of it. maybe 4.5 times an hour, and eventually every drop of blood in your body will go past these electrodes. So what do? I put together some other stretch material. This tells you exactly how to do it on page 5 of your paper. Now, if I've got enough arms and legs here. You plug the electrodes into the machine, turn it up to where it's comfortable, and you don't want to attract attention at the restaurant. You pull your sleeve down over the device, and that 3 to 4 milliamperes is going into the skin, eventually making its way through the 7 layers of tissue into the blood, and causing spontaneous remissions of any virus, fungus, parasite, microbe, pathogen, germ, bacteria that has been tested to date by some of the biggest universities in this country, and you have not heard one word about it, any more than you've heard a word from the people who developed these viruses to use them for biological warfare weapons to control the population, people like you and me. Overpopulation, Bertrand Russell called us in the New World Order worthless eaters. They want us to die. I have been told by the director of Social Security in the United States that I would be targeted if I let this out. When you get to be 65, you're supposed to be warehoused, given mind control drugs like Valium, tranquilizers, and die. What would happen if we restored the mental faculties, which we have done time after time after time with a device called cranial electrostimulation? That's a different topic. I've gotten every award in the world short of the Nobel Prize for developing this in 1983. That's another topic. But while I'm talking to you now, my blood is circulating past this device. Anything in that blood that doesn't belong there can be seen under a microscope in any doctor's office who has ultra-dark field microscopes or phase contrast microscopes. We believe the best one is the Zeiss, Z-E-I-S-S, Wetzler. Not Wetzler, yeah, Zenon. If you take normal blood, put it under a cover slip, a drop of blood from your finger, put that cover slip on a microscope slide, adjust the condensers and the objectives, it is absolutely teeming with alien life forms. You cannot see the viruses because your maximum resolution at dark field is around 3,000 diameters. But you can see this teeming blood supply that is normal to any person who was born and raised in the United States. I'd hate to tell you how many viruses have been identified in this country. Over 140 are known, well known, and in the medical textbooks to parasitologists. If you live in Africa, there are 500 recognized strains of parasites. These parasites make up about 2 pounds of your body weight. An average 160-pound man is carrying about 2 pounds of these parasites. These parasites have learned some very clever tricks. 2.5 years ago, and I have the pictures to prove it, I, Bob Beck, weighed 290 pounds. When I started using this blood cleaner, I mysteriously lost 130 pounds without changing my diet in any way, without exercising. The cartilage in my knees is shot. I was tremendously athletic when I was younger. The doctors told me not to walk today until I get some knee replacements, which will be about $80,000 here, $3,000 in Great Britain.